Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak, my dear students. How are you? I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today, I am going to start a new lesson on chapter 11, which is based on the national resources and the economic system. The lesson will be presented by me, your BGS teacher, Nurun Nahar, lecturer, Department of Economics, Milestone College. After this session, all of you will be able to know you can explain the concept of national resources, explain the characteristics of resources, explain the types of resources, explain the sources of national resources, explain preservation of private and national resources, explain the actions to preserve and check the wastage of national resources of Bangladesh. First of all, let me give you the concept of national resources. Any material or immaterial goods or services can be termed as resources if they hold utility, insufficiency, visibility, and exchangeability. From the definition, we can get four characteristics of resources. First of all, utility. Second one is insufficiency. Third one, visibility. And last of all, exchangeability. Let me discuss the four characteristics of the resources. The ability of fulfilling the need of any commodity is called utility. As we know, when we are thirsty, we need a glass of water. So, what is the utility of a glass of water? Yes, it can quench our thirst. Insufficiency. When the supply of any goods and services is less than the demand, the said goods or services appear as insufficient. For example, the supply of food in every country all the time is less than the demand. That's why food is resource. Visibility. It means the goods are visible, such as school, college, hospital, house, vehicle, dress, etc. Exchangeability. It means the possibility of getting the goods by one person from the other, but the price has to pay for getting it. If we get all these four characteristics in any goods or commodities, we can define them as resources. Now let's see what are the types of the resources. Resources can be classified into four types: personal resources, collective resources, national resources, international resources. My dear students, you can see some images of personal resources: a private car, a laptop, watch, house, ornament. Now, on the screen, you can see some examples of collective resources like college, medical college and hospital, park, bank. Now in this picture, you can see combination of personal and collective resources. Sorry, all of them are examples of national resources. Actually, national resources are the combination of personal resources and collective resources. In this image, you can see examples of some international resources like scientific inventions, oceans, forests, etc. So, my dear students, now we will learn the sources of national resources. National resources can be collected from two sources. One is gift of nature and another one is created by human beings. Let's have a look. The examples of gift of nature are over here. Forest resources, ocean, aquatic animals, some birds, animals, etc. are shown in the image. Can you see them? Yeah, all of these are the gift of nature for the sources of national resources. Now you can see mills and factories, house, college, rail line, all of them are also national resources, but these are created by human beings. Preservation. Preservation means maintenance and supervision spatially. Preservation can be done both for private and national resources. As you know, private resources are preserved by human being. The individual generally keeps his own asset such as money, land and property, gold, furniture, ornaments, own factory or industry, vehicle, etc. with special care for his own interest. Not only that, they are much active to develop and to increase those. Moreover, everybody supervises those items to check wastage of their own resources. The looking after of asset, preventing the possibility of damaging any asset, replacing the asset damaged, etc. are included in the preservation responsibilities. So we all are very conscious about preservation of private resources. But how about preservation of national resources? Roads, bridges, hospitals, schools, the state-owned vehicles like car, train, ship, aeroplane, factory, organization or institution, office building, important installations, natural resource, forest, river, water body, all of these are included as collective asset. The state and people are collectively own all such resources. The people use and enjoy this. The state ensures all the development and welfare of the people by using those resources in a planned way. Excuse me. So all the citizens should especially be careful to preserve all such collective resources. Moreover, organizations or institutions in charge of their collective resources should perform their duties properly. Let's see what are the actions to be taken to preserve and check wastage of national resources of Bangladesh. Attention. Attention should be given so that the arrangement that is taken by the state to preserve national resources is not hampered. We know that there are security guards for the maintenance of bridges, important establishment, office building, etc. If those are found not secured, then proper authority has to be informed. Awareness. Awareness should be enhanced so that none can harm those resources. If any such misdeed is found, the proper person authority has to be informed. For example, cutting down trees illegally from reserved forest, hunting birds, beasts, etc. would be considered as the damage of national resources. Trying to keep the development and increasing of these resources. Remaining aware and active to check the misuse and wastage of the collective and national resources, such as water supplied by the state agency, not to use electricity, gas, etc. without need, and to be economical while enjoying. If every citizen is aware and active performing respective duty to reserve those resources, it is not hard to preserve the national resource and the wastage of those items. To remain vigilant for the preservation and supervision of all such resources, as you have seen in the images, the responsibility and duties of authorized organizations are described clearly in the documents of the organizations concerned. The officer employers of the organization have to remain vigilant to perform all such duties properly. Last of all, to give necessary training to perform all such duties. My dear students, regarding to this lesson, here are some 1-mark questions. Let's collect the questions and write the answers. And you must upload them by 20 minutes of the class. There is a homework also. Describe the actions to be taken to preserve the national resources of Bangladesh. That's all for today's session. My dear students, I hope you have enjoyed the class. See you in the next class. Thank you very much.